The Republican leaders are in complete disarray. This Republican event over the weekend, the Turning Point USA event in Phoenix, following the passing of Charlie Kirk, this was a complete disaster. You had MAGA Republicans who were out there screaming at one another, saying that the Republican Party is actually dead. This influencer was attacking that influencer. You had Nicki Minaj as a surprise guest, and she referred to J.D. Vance as an assassin and said that, oh, we've got an assassin, J.D. Vance here. And then everybody was like, you're at a Charlie Kirk event and you're calling J.D. Vance an assassin. Then you had Erica Kirk have this Freudian slip where she referred to somebody as, oh, your grift is just as big as Charlie's grift. I mean gift. I mean grit. And it got even worse from there. You had J.D. Vance give a speech, and he's like, we no longer apologize for being white. It's white people. And really, I mean, what in the world? Can I just show you what went down here? So, here you had at the very beginning, you had Erica Kirk talk about this Freudian slip where she's like, yep, and just like Charlie, you've got all of this grift. Here, play this clip.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good.
Then the special guest from Sunday was Nicki Minaj, who referred to J.D. Vance as an assassin while speaking to Erica Kirk. Here, play this clip.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. I love you. I love you. You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord.
And then Nicki Minaj continues by threatening the life of California Governor Gavin Newsom. She's at an event with Charlie Kirk's widow, and she's there, and they're all applauding, and Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, does nothing here. She doesn't call it out, threatening. This sounds like threatening the life of California Governor Gavin Newsom. I'll let you listen to it for yourself. Here, play this clip.
Well, Mr. Newsom.
Dear Newsom, we don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gavy Poo.
Then you have J.D. Vance saying that because of us, we don't have to apologize for being white anymore. I just wonder what his wife Usha and Usha's family thinks about all of this. And by the way, Vivek Ramaswamy was speaking at this event too, and he was like trying to be like, and we're an inclusive party now. And then you've got J.D. Vance basically up there doing this white supremacist stuff. Here's what J.D. Vance says. Play this clip.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Then you have Don Jr. spending his time on the speech just attacking the Republican Party. He says, the Republican Party is dead. The Republican Party doesn't exist anymore. We're now the MAGA Party. Here, play this clip.
The rhinos. You see the manufactured attacks on JD, myself, my father, anyone who understands that this isn't the Republican Party anymore. It's the America First Party. It's the Make America Great Again Party. And we are not going back.
And then more from Don Jr. over here, saying that, diversity is not our strength. And he's like, the real enemies right now also are the Republicans, the GOP. They're the ones who have turned Minnesota into little Somalia. And like everything is like racist and hateful from these people. All these people do is just seethe with hate. Here, play this clip.
It falls on so many of the weak Republicans who just capitulated to the D.C. swamp. And we're going to put an end to that, too. Some of the lauded voices, even in the Republican Party, demanded we bring in tens of thousands of unvetted Afghan refugees. For years, they turned Minnesota into little Somalia. How's that working out for anyone?
Then you have MAGA Mike Johnson. His speech was like, if we don't win in these midterms, Trump's going to get impeached. This is what MAGA Mike had to say. Play this clip.
Everything, as has been said here, everything is on the line in the midterms of 2026, and we have much more to do. But if we lose the House majority, the radical left, as you've already heard, is going to impeach President Trump. They're going to create absolute chaos. We cannot let that happen.
And then you had this like weird idolizing of Charlie Kirk, like MAGA Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna said, when what we got to really focus on when we get back to Congress, when we get back into town, we're going to build a statue of Charlie Kirk in the U.S. Capitol. Can we just get health care? Can you just make things more affordable? Can you give people affordable health care and not rip away their Affordable Care Act subsidies? Can you make housing more affordable? Can you make sure that people can get paid with dignity and afford homes and afford their rent? Charlie Kirk statues? Here, play this clip.
More importantly, I want to record this and send it to him, so I need you guys to get a little vocal. Do you think the Speaker of the House should put a statue of Charlie Kirk at the U.S. Capitol? Because we've been having issues getting it done.
Then MAGA Mike runs with it, and MAGA Mike's like, and we're going to do the Charlie Kirk statue at the Capitol.
We're no longer in a battle, no longer in a contrast just between Republicans and Democrats. We're in a contrast between two completely different, diametrically opposed worldviews. Charlie stood for that. I knew him a long time, and yes, Andy Biggs, we're going to work on that statue in the Capitol, okay?
Charlie Kirk statue. Look, as I've said before, we've condemned political violence. What happened to Charlie Kirk was absolutely horrific. The shooter, by the way, as you know, who's on trial, comes from a Republican MAGA family. This wasn't like a leftist liberal person at all. It's like these people come from MAGA families. They're gun-toting, God-fear. They're like gun people who talk about, their love of Mormons with guns, whatever it was over there. It was like a religious family, and this is not at all what Mormonism teaches. I want to be very clear about it. Just a religious family that was whatever. And this is how they attack, leftist liberals. It's ridiculous. By the way, they then have a tent area at this event that recreates where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Here, play this clip.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it. You can see.
My old wallet used to be this giant, crusty leather brick that was falling apart. My back even began to hurt because I was sitting so uneven. This is why I switched over to Ridge, and you should too. Ridge is unique, slim, modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. It's made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. Ridge comes in over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from, and all Ridge products have a lifetime warranty. This is literally the last wallet you'll ever have to buy. Also, it gives me peace of mind knowing that Ridge wallets have RFID blocking technology, keeping you safe from those digital pickpocketers. Ridge also has over 100,000 5-star reviews. No matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping, a 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all their products. For a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com to get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. That's ridge.com for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After the purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know MeidasTouch sent you.
Then you had, different people attacking each other. So you had Steve Bannon saying that Ben Shapiro is a cancer. Play this clip.
Shapiro is like a cancer, and that cancer spreads. It's a cancer, and it metastasizes. He tried to take over Breitbart, and I ran him out of there. He tried to take over David Horowitz's, who was his mentor. Don't ask me. Ask the guys associated with David Horowitz what he did there. He tried to take that over. And mark my word, he will make a move on Turning Point because he's always been envious of Charlie Kirk.
You had Ben Shapiro attacking Candace Owens and Steve Bannon and Tucker Carlson and saying that they spread conspiracies and that they're charlatans and that the MAGA movement shouldn't trust them. Play this clip.
The conservative movement is also in danger from charlatans who claim to speak in the name of principle, but actually traffic in conspiracism and dishonesty, who offer nothing but bile and despair, who seek to undermine fundamental principles of conservatism by championing enervation and grievance. These people are frauds, and they are grifters, and they do not deserve your time. And they are something worse than that, a danger to the only movement capable of stopping the left from wrecking the country wholesale.
Then you have Candace Owens responding right after Ben Shapiro's speech, and she says, truly Ben Shapiro, I don't even want to read what she says, just I'll let you listen to what she says. Play this clip.
I'm here to let you know that I'm done with it. I am done with it. This one is so fully off of the mother effing plantation. Truly, Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on.
And then Ben Shapiro says that anybody who's out there and denies what the regime is saying about the Epstein files, if you're denying what if you believe that Kash Patel is lying and Dan Bongino is lying and Trump and Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche, then there's something wrong with you. So what are you saying, Shapiro? Here, play this clip.
They are seeding distrust in the world around you, and they are enervating you in the process. So, for example, if many speakers, including Tucker Carlson and others, get on stage here at TPUSA and claim, without proper evidence, that Jeffrey Epstein was running a Mossad rape ring being covered up by the Trump administration, they are not actually uncovering a conspiracy or effectuating a solution. They are claiming a special provenance to information they won't let you see, which builds their power and leaves you with none. They are also implicating in their speculation actual human beings, good human beings, like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi, and yes, the President of the United States, even if they're too cowardly to say President Trump's name. And that means you won't trust those good people in the future. You haven't gotten smarter, you've just been manipulated. When forced to demonstrate their evidence, these same people will often refuse to provide it. They'll claim ignorance. They'll pretend they're outside the system. And they don't have access to actual information. They're just asking questions. But many of these same people have direct pipelines to informational sources. So, for example, if Tucker wants answers to his questions about, say, Jeffrey Epstein, he could call the Vice President of the United States. He's quite close with him. But he won't, because that might undermine the empty speculation.
More from J.D. Vance, where J.D. Vance says that the only thing that our nation is truly anchored in is being a Christian nation. That's the only thing our nation is anchored in, J.D. Vance. First off, who are you, J.D. Vance? You've had 3 different names. Okay, J.D. Vance is your third identity. You grew up and said you were gay. And then you said that actually you got conversion therapy, or you're not gay anymore, or that you thought you were gay and it was mistaken. And then you said that you were, this guy from Appalachia, and you were representing just the hard workers of Appalachia, and you were an anti-Trumper and you hated Trump. You said Trump's like Hitler. That was, you compared him to that. And then you're a pro-Trumper, and then you've changed your name and identity along the way. You said you were gay, now you're anti-gay. You said you were for diversity, now you hate diversity. Just such a phony. Here, play this clip.
More than any time I can recount, People are talking about American identity and figuring out what it is that unites us. But I want to say something here. The only thing that is truly served as an anchor of the United States of America is that we have been, and by the grace of God, we always will be a Christian nation.
Then J.D. Vance refers to Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett as her having a, quote, street girl persona, just like obvious heinous racism. Street girl persona? What the hell are you talking about? These are such vile people. Here, play this clip.
And Jasmine Crockett. Oh, Jasmine Crockett. The record speaks for itself. She wants to be a senator, though her street girl persona is about as real as her nails. But
Then J.D. Vance's rally call to the audience was, do we all want faster deportations? Anyway, here, play this clip.
Do you want faster deportations? So go to ice.gov/join, because we're building an army of patriots and we need good people who care about the country to help us secure the border and do it even faster.
More from Nicki Minaj here. And Nicki Minaj is like, one of the important things that we should realize as black women is, why are we making white women with blonde hair and blue eyes feel bad? Why should we make the blonde hair, blue eyes ladies feel bad if we love ourselves? What are you even talking? I don't even understand. What do you mean? Who's making blonde hair, blue eyes people feel bad? What are you talking about? Play this clip.
Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand?
And then Donald Trump couldn't be bothered to even be at this event. So Don Jr. had him like on speakerphone. And this is what an adult Donald Trump sounded like. Play this clip.
I want to be with you, but I'll be with you soon. And I just want to say that nobody did more for me than Charlie. And there's nobody better than Erica. And you are the greatest people on earth. We won in a landslide and we're going to continue to do it. And I just want to thank everybody. You got out there and they voted and they pressed doorbells. And I just want to thank you all. And I hope my son's doing a good job representing me. Otherwise, I'll have to say, you're fired, Don. You're fired.
And then Nicki Minaj finished her, whatever you even want to call this, by saying, my message to young men is don't be a new scum. Don't be a new scum. Be like the dashing, she professed her love for Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
People with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that.
I want to mention as well that at this Turning Point event, you had the Department of Homeland Security. They were advertising job recruitment there. So you have all of that kind of radicalization that you saw, right? And then as they get the people to get all fired up and say, this is a white nation and all these things, then the Department of Homeland Security is there and they go, DHS is at Turning Point USA's AmFest. We're looking for American patriots willing to defend the homeland and honor the vision of America Charlie Kirk fought for. Swing by our tables to learn more. And then as Seth Kotler says, nothing to see here, just a right-wing hyper-nationalist government going to their party's youth event sponsored by a group with a martyred leader they've pledged to avenge, recruiting people to join their masked police force devoted to removing Auslanders from the homeland. There you have it. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.